so embarrassing to me as a person that they continue to peddle this canard that Trump is sending ICE to the cities to terrorize brown people. These are jackbooted thugs that are just out to get us. The cruelty is the point. They keep saying it. But who they're really after are the ones terrorizing the communities, the murderers, the rapists, and everything in between. So why would they continue to make this thing a thing? Again, if Minneapolis is worried about making their community safer, you want the murderers and the rapists out of there, and you want ICE to apprehend them behind closed doors. But instead, they're keeping the murderers in the streets, letting ICE go after them like it's a game of Pokemon Go. Things are about to get really ugly when all the rioting dies down. And to be clear, that's why they continue to fan the flames. Okay, I've said this to you all week long. They got a really big problem out there. It's not actually going away. And when we talk about the fraud, when we talk about the ICE riots, they could make that go away immediately. If they do what normal states do when ICE needs to deport somebody with a criminal record, that guy is apprehended inside a jail, at which point they ship him out of the country. Minneapolis, being a sanctuary city, is letting the criminals out of jail.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
We're not going to let ICE come in here and deport. These are our citizens. This is an attack on brown people. And that's what they try to tell you. And even after a woman got killed, an ICE agent got hit with a snow shovel and had to shoot a gang member, okay, they're still not trying to cooperate with ICE. They're not saying, all right, enough's enough. Let's just do this the way the other states do. And to be clear, ICE has the authority here as the federal agent. They're not going away. So here is Tim Walz telling you, oh, Trump wants to make this worse. Guys, do you know how disingenuous that is? It's so embarrassing to me as a person that they continue to peddle this canard that Trump is sending ICE to the cities to terrorize brown people. These are jackbooted thugs that are just out to get us. The cruelty is the point. They keep saying it. But who they're really after are the ones terrorizing the communities, the murderers, the rapists, and everything in between. So why would they continue to make this thing a thing? Again, if Minneapolis is worried about making their community safer, you want the murderers and the rapists out of there, and you want ICE to apprehend them behind closed doors. But instead, they're keeping the murderers in the streets, letting ICE go after them like it's a game of Pokemon Go. And Tim Walz is encouraging people to film the ICE agents so we can document these atrocities. And we can get out there. We can throw these people in jail. Here's a newsflash, guys. Nobody's going to jail but Tim Walz.
Bingo.
Will it get to that? I don't know. But Tim Walz has a lot more exposure to criminal liability based on the testimony on Capitol Hill than anything an ICE agent is doing, because those are federal laws being enforced. ICE isn't doing anything illegal. That's the point. But here is Walz trying to tell you it's going to get so much worse. Trump wants it to. Clip one.
Donald Trump intends for it to get worse. This week, he went online to promise that, quote, the day of retribution and reckoning is coming. That's a direct threat against the people of this state who dared to vote against him 3 times and who continue to stand up for freedom with courage and empathy and profound grace. Donald Trump wants this chaos. He wants confusion. And yes, he wants more violence on our streets. We must protest loudly, urgently, but also peacefully.
Now understand this. He's conflating Trump's quote on fraud with the ICE riots. When Trump said retribution and reckoning is coming, he was talking about the financial fraud in Minneapolis.
That is correct.
Okay, so why would Tim Walz take one quote and misappropriate it to another issue?
Oh, Lordy Lord, he's desperate.
He's really desperate right now. And I'm telling you, this is the thing that frustrates me about politics, is there are certain inevitabilities that they will still get on TV every day and pretend, okay, it's not going to go a certain way. No, like he knows, he understands that no matter what happens in Minneapolis, the IRS is not dropping a fraud probe into his state. He knows that, which is why he dropped out of the governor's race. But now as things have intensified and he's further into the eye of the storm, he's trying to make this ICE thing bigger. They're trying to get the public to go, oh, enough's enough already. Just leave Minneapolis alone. That's what they're doing. But here he is telling people to get out there and film it. Clip 2.
Tonight, I want to share another way you can help. Witness. Help us establish a record of exactly what's happening in our communities. You have an absolute right to peacefully film ICE agents as they conduct these activities. So carry your phone with you at all times. And if you see these ICE agents in your neighborhood, take out that phone and hit record. Help us create a database of the atrocities against Minnesotans, not just to establish a record for posterity, but to bank evidence for future prosecution.
You suck, you jackass.
Guys, is anybody going to be able to prosecute ICE agents?
The answer would be no.
The answer would be no. Okay, there's no version of this that ends with us as a country prosecuting the very people enforcing our laws. So why is he saying this? He's trying to gin up hysteria. You don't understand, guys. We're under attack. It's bad. Okay, everybody out there telling you, we got to film ICE. It's the Gestapo. We're under attack. They're not trying to protect you. They're trying to protect them. But the only reason any of this is going on in Minneapolis is because they're not letting ICE apprehend people in jails, and they're not giving them a security perimeter from local law enforcement. So understand, traditionally, if you got a guy who gets arrested and there's a warrant out or a deportation order attached to his name, the jail calls up ICE and says, you know, we got a detainer on this guy, come down and get him. And that's it. They go into a jail in a cell and take a guy into custody. There's no car chase like we saw the other night. There's no opportunity for ICE Watch to put an app together, pay a bunch of angry white lesbians to go harass. That's what we're dealing with right now. We're under attack from angry white lesbians. They're not anarchists. They're ant-archists. Everybody's childless cat lady ant yelling at ICE. It's crazy. But the point is, in a normal situation where local leadership cooperates with the feds, even if ICE is out on the streets conducting law enforcement activities, they are provided with a perimeter from local law enforcement. So yeah, you can protest. You just don't get close enough to do anything. The lack of a perimeter is what's giving people this access to ICE. But the lack of local in cooperation with the jails is what's putting ICE in a position to do the majority of the stuff on the streets. So the Democrats are making it worse.